is ShareChat, less than 6 years old, which has entered the Unicorn Club, topping a valuation of $2 billion. A $502 million check it has got from the likes of Lightspeed, Tiger Global, Twitter, as well as the mighty Snap. Joining me, the man behind ShareChat and Moj, the new in-short video app that we've seen. Ankush, welcome to ET Now. First up, a big congratulations. What a journey it has turned out to be for you folks at ShareChat and now Moj, which is not even a year old. $2.1 billion valuation. It's been a big week for the Indian startup ecosystem. How does it feel?
Thanks, Nayantara, for having me. It feels great. I think we've been building this business for the last 6 years, but today is a very important milestone. We have raised money from very reputed growth investors, and it's a large amount of money. So in the last 6 years, we have raised $250 million, and today we have raised additional 500. So it's a big moment for us.
Now, if I were to look at both your platforms, right, ShareChat as well as Moj, you've got a community of about 280 million users. You've now got a check of $500 million. What's the next plan of growth? What are you going to be up to with all that money?
No, I think this is very exciting time for us, and we are seeing massive internet penetration in India. So we're at 280 right now. We aim to hit 1 billion monthly actives cumulatively in our ecosystem of products in the next 5 years, and we'll keep growing both ShareChat and Moj. So that's the plan: get to 1 billion MAUs in 5 years.
Okay, that's the game plan, have 1 billion users in 5 years. Now, if I look at your investors, you already had Twitter on board. Twitter has given you a new check. You've done some kind of an integration with Snapchat and Moj. You've got a new check from Snap as well. So these billion users that you're hunting for, are they all going to be in India? Do you have global aspirations, global ambitions? Can you share with us?
Yeah, so I think the market in India is very large right now. So we want to focus on the Indian market, make sure we keep expanding here and maintain our dominating position in the market. Twitter and Snap have participated in the round, and Twitter has been a shareholder for last few rounds. They've been a very good partner. So we are grateful to have both of them with us. As you rightly mentioned, we have had a very deep integration with the Moj, with the Snap camera kit and Moj. So our creation tools can now leverage Snap's AR capabilities, and our creators can create very exciting, very creative content using the lenses.
With growth and scale comes responsibility. So Ankush, I would be doing a disservice to my viewers if I were to also not ask you for your views on this, that as you have grown so exponentially, how have you also grown responsibly? Let's look at Moj, for example, less than a year old. Look at the kind of user growth that you've seen, 120 million. How have you also made sure that the platform has stayed as safe as it can be, whether it's for women, for children, for all of your users?
Yeah, so for us, we've been building a similar business in ShareChat for the last 6 years. So we know how dangerous platforms can become if we don't grow responsibly. Therefore, we have been investing in building a world-class content moderation system, ensuring safety for women, and all other privacy-related features. So I think even in Moj, we understand that as a large platform, we have the responsibility to make sure that we invest equally in our content moderation. So one of the large investment areas for our capital is also going to be on the content moderation pie. So I think we fully understand our responsibility, and we are working very hard to make sure that we do justice to our community on that.
And do you think that's why also maybe you've got one of the larger checks for the players in this space?
Yeah, so if you look at where we are going to invest capital, it's going to be user growth, creator ecosystem, but also a large part of it is going to be investing in AI just to understand how do we classify good or bad content or desirable or undesirable content on the platform, and therefore do a really good job at scale of moderation. So I think it deserves all an equal attention compared to growth.
You've told me that your primary focus is going to be on India. Now, I've also got to ask you this one question, Ankush. What a phenomenal journey it's been for ShareChat for 6 years. Look at Moj, like I said, 120 million users, less than 1 year old. A lot of this, would you say, is also because of the policy decisions that have taken place in the last 1 year since the outbreak of the pandemic, and therefore you are one of the players which have benefited from that. I'm of course talking about the void that has been created by TikTok and the ban on TikTok.
Yeah, so I think on ShareChat, we've been building that for many, many years. And last 2 years, we did see that short videos are becoming very popular, even within ShareChat, even though ShareChat is not a short video only platform, but we do see all kinds of formats coming onto the platform. And therefore, we knew that it's a very large market and consumers are eager for that format. So when we got this opportunity last year, we saw a lot of these short video apps, as you mentioned, exiting the market. We knew we had to do it. Like we were the best positioned company to capture this vacuum and build a really good short video product, because at the core of it, both the products are very similar. They are essentially ML-based ranking platforms where you need to get the content supply and rank it better, personalize it better, and give value to the consumer. So I think we were very, very well placed. We were very lucky to also have a good set of investors who backed us through that phase of crazy growth. So yeah, we benefited, and I think we worked very hard to make sure we captured this opportunity well.
Okay. And, that's certainly paying off now, as is clear as for everyone to see with that check of $502 million. Ankush, what we've also started seeing in the last couple of months is new phenomenon. We've been obsessed with videos, but at least in the West now, we're talking a lot more about audio. I'm talking about Clubhouse. One of your investors, Twitter, the news just coming out, was looking to acquire Clubhouse. Twitter has also come out with its own audio feature. I want to ask you, as far as consumers in India go, do you see audio picking up as much, or do you think we're going to be primarily video driven for a while?
Yes, this is an interesting question, and not a lot of people know that we're also the largest audio streaming platform in the country. So if you look at ShareChat, a large part of our MAUs actually use our audio chat rooms, which we launched in April last year, and it's picking up very, very strongly. So we believe audio as a format, especially live audio, is very, very suited for the Indian audience. You also have a lot of the conventions in the society where a lot of people are not open to sharing their video or their face on the app. So audio therefore becomes a very, very good means to enable a lot of creators, especially women creators from tier 2, tier 3 cities, to express their opinions. And we are very bullish on it. We are the largest audio streaming platform in India. It's a feature within ShareChat. So yeah, I think India will have a big play for audio as well.
And is that something that you're going to be looking at? I want to now get a sense from you on what all we can expect going forward. You've told me your next milestone for you and your team is 1 billion users in 5 years. But when you reach that billion mark, tell us some of the interesting things that we're likely to see from Moj as well as ShareChat. Give us a sneak peek.
Yeah, so it's a very exciting future for all of us, and we can envision a part of it, but we're also very excited to know how things unfold. Like sometimes users surprise us and do things that even we didn't envision. But a few things that I can share is I think on Moj, short video creators are very, very short video content is a very lucrative content. These creators can do a lot of other things to monetize their content and their followership. We can expect a lot of commerce in the future to be driven through our platforms, be it through Moj or ShareChat, but we foresee a lot of e-commerce in India to be also driven through this channel. Apart from that, I think virtual gifting is picking up. So we are, as I said, a largest audio chat room platform monetized through virtual gifting. So we also expect when creators on Moj or ShareChat go live, their fans would want to communicate with them and gift them. So I think virtual gifting, commerce, all of these are things which are bound to happen once we acquire scale on both the platforms.
Okay, that's very interesting, because I was going to come to that part, that how are you going to monetize the two platforms? So that's the way to go, social commerce. Is that the big area of for you as well to try and monetize the two platforms?
No, so we will have multiple revenue streams. The primary one being ads revenue. So we are both the products are going to have a primary revenue source in ads, but we also expect virtual gifting. We expect commerce-driven revenue to also be a large part as the ecosystem matures in India.
Okay. So, final comments I want to take from you because I know you have a chock-a-block calendar. Ankush, when you hit a valuation of $2.1 billion, everything looks so rosy, so picture perfect. But I've always liked to ask people that strike it big, that get very successful, what were some of the hardships? What are the things that you do remember? Because a lot of people forget that those that have become unicorns may have had death-like instances as well. Anything that you can share with us that would also inspire the young entrepreneurs tuning in?
Yeah, so I think we've gone through a lot of hardships. I think our journey began with 14 failures. We've shared this story multiple times. We were the three co-founders, all of us were in college. We built 14 products. We failed 14 times. So life has not been as rosy as it seems from the outside. So we began with those failures. I think across our journey, a lot of times we doubted ourselves because we always followed the Silicon Valley playbook of how to build a social network, whereas we were always building a very different thing. Like we were always building an ML first social network. So we doubted ourselves a lot of times as to, are we doing the right things? I think it was really hard to raise capital in the initial days because even thinking about building an Indian social network was not a very VC-friendly idea in the beginning. So I think we've had multiple challenges. I think the last year has been particularly challenging with so many macros changing in the country with the pandemic, with lockdowns and all of that. So I think it's been a very, very hard journey. We have had our ups and downs. So I think even with this 2 billion valuation and $500 million capital, we are very, very committed that we need to make the most of it. We need to be very rational. We need to make sure we spend it in a way that will create the maximum value for our shareholders. And I think the last 6 years have taught us that it needs capital, but it also needs a lot of effort, a lot of strategy to capture the value.
So are you conscious of the fact that, at one point you have to have a visibility for profitability? Anything that you can share with us? It's also a time when, you're hearing about IPOs being the buzzword for the year.
Yeah, so I think we have a very, very strong set of investors with deep conviction in this market. Typically, social media's businesses end up having a lagging metric as revenue. So we are very focused on growth and also making sure that the revenue is catching up over the next few years. But if you ask me, the first priority is growth.
First priority is growth. Now Lightspeed has been your early backer. I've had Harsha Kumar from Lightspeed Ventures on this very show, and she loves talking about ShareChat. You've had Twitter with you. You had already started working with Snap. The big entry of Tiger Global. I've got to ask you on this. Tiger was, of course, an early believer in India's startup ecosystem. Is making a massive comeback. If you look at this week itself, it's invested in a bunch of startups. How did that happen? How difficult was that to pitch, to get on board? Because clearly Tiger's back in a big way in India.
Yeah, so Tiger Global is a fantastic, well-known growth fund, and we are very, very happy to have them on our side. I think given our growth trajectory in the last few months, we actually had a lot more demand than 500, and we had to pick and choose. And we were very happy to have Tiger Global on our side. And as you said, Tiger is getting very aggressive in India, and I think it's really good for the ecosystem. So yeah, I think that's all I can comment.
So you had to pick and choose. I would love to one day know what made it into the negative list. This is a fundraise round that has been in the works for some time. Of course, there were a lot of names that were doing the rounds.
Yeah, so at one point we were being acquired and funded by every single company in this world. So there were a lot of media speculations. But yeah, again, I would not want to comment any of the speculations. But it's been a fun 9 months, last 9 months.
आज पारी होएगी?
Party, we will do a remote party. I think we can only afford to have that in the current world.
Okay, Ankush, I know you've got to go, but I'd like to thank you for taking the time out, for joining us here. Really appreciate it. A big congratulations to you, all the co-founders, the entire team.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.